How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG, which ended up having a pullback in the market today. But many of you sent me messages saying, Dre, thank you for preparing me for this. I told you that it could test the $6 level. It got very close to that. I think it tested around $6.06. But one of the things I want to make sure you're prepared for, what are some possible things you can look forward to seeing for tomorrow? I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at support. We're going to be taking a look at resistance and also taking a look what would be the bullish case scenario and as well as the bearish case scenario when it comes to this play. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. We want to see, are shorts still heavily vested in this play? Has a short volume ratio been coming down? We're going to figure that out. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, are institutions loading up on shares while BBIG is pulling back? The reason why we want to know this, we want to know, are they trying to buy up those shares on the cheap? And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details as well. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $6.24, being down 5.02%. On the low, it tested $6.06, and then on the high, testing $6.59. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see it traded at 28.854 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 54.167 million shares. So like I was saying in previous technical videos, the volume is a big important factor here. We've been seeing the volume going down, and we can see that the stock price is actually following. So just keeping this in mind, when we take a look at the 1-year daily chart, we could also see from the RSI down below, it's around 46.62. Of course, that is going down as well because the stock is pulling back. When we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, you can see here we continue to have strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and unfortunately, we have broken through the 21-day EMA, but we've seen that especially from yesterday's video. So what I was talking about, we want to see this $6 area of support actually hold up if it decides to pull back. And it did exactly that. It ended up testing $6.06 on the day. And as far as for the high, it was at $6.59 before hitting some resistance. There was a lot of pressure there. So keeping this in mind going into tomorrow, you're going to want to see this $6 level continue to hold up. If it doesn't hold up, like I said previously, then it could possibly pull all the way back right here to around $5.30. So that's why I want to let you guys know so you're aware of that, so you can have a game plan, have a strategy if you're going to be inside of this play. So in order for it to start looking bullish again, then you'd want to look forward to a reversal and seeing some strength above the 21-day EMA around $7.11. So that's something to keep in mind. But one thing we do know for sure, $7 is going to be a psychological area. I know there's going to be a lot of profit taking and so on, but again, if we have that volume coming into the stock, then we could easily get past 7, and then we could see if it can make some movements from there. But for the most part, let's see how it performs going into tomorrow, but keep an eye on that $6 level, and if it breaks, just know that 530 will probably be the next line of defense. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for BBIG. Scrolling down on the page, short shares availability is at 150,000, updated 16 minutes ago, and the short borrow fee rate is at 26.25%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see for the close of the 21st, it was at 29.83, and now the close from yesterday being at 27.27. So we can see that it is going down, and this is of no surprise whatsoever because as the stock price goes down, there's little downside left for short sellers to profit off of. But do keep in mind it still continues to have short squeeze potential because normally for the short volume ratio, we look for 21% or higher, and BBIG still fulfills this criteria. This is why volume is so important here. If we have this buying pressure coming through the stock, then of course we could see some more strong stronger moves in price action. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So we can see here on the inflow, it's at 38.91, and then on the outflow, it's at 43.12. When we take a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 0.38. This is the inflow side. And then on the medium, it was 25.28. And then on the small, it was 13.25. On the outflow side, on the large, it was 0.56. And then on the medium, it was 27.89. And then on the small, it was 14.67. When we take a look at the breakdown, you can see as far as for the small scale orders, we had a good amount of selling that was beating out the inflows. And the reason why I'm not too surprised about this, the stock has been pulling back. So hey, many people are just saying, you know what, I don't want to hold this position any longer. And we could also notice this on the medium, and as well as you can see on the large. And when we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days for September the 23rd, yes, it is an outflow day, but we did see institutions did load up, but not as heavy as we have seen on previous days. So this is something that we really need to analyze and take into consideration, and it does not show the greatest of signals for BBIG. And due to the fact that it is pulling back, and then on top of that, it is not getting the volume that it normally does, it's having an impact and putting pressure on the overall stock. So now let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, there's a few things that I want to go over here. You're going to want to see it hold up that $6 area of support. It did a fairly decent job today because it went only as low as $6 and around 6 cents. So that is good. But going into tomorrow, you're going to want to see a continuation. If it breaks through $6, like I said in the previous video, this stock could go down to $5.30. So I want you to take that into consideration. That's what I'm seeing from the chart, and make sure that you have a game plan or you have a strategy if you're going to be playing this. Now, the next point that I want to bring up, if you're looking for a bullish case scenario for BBIG, you're going to want to see it get back to the $7 level, most preferably above the 21-day EMA around the $7.11. But we do know $7 is definitely going to be a psychological area, and there's also going to be a lot of profit taking, and also many people that are seeing the pullback, if they see it jump up to 7, they're going to sell. Let's be honest here, not many people are actually going to be sitting down holding this, waiting for the epic squeeze that is talked about everywhere. I'm not being bearish, and I'm also not saying that it won't squeeze, but at the same time, I just want to make sure you have a strategy that works well for you. Now, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, we could see that the short volume ratio is continuing to decrease, and this is of no surprise. We know shorts were in this play, shorting it from the top. The price is starting to pull back quite a bit, so you know what, they're probably looking at it like, you know what, there's not as much downside opportunity here, so I'm going to start covering some of my positions. But for the most part, it still has short squeeze potential, because when it comes to the short volume ratio, we tend to look for something that is around 21% or higher, and BBIG still fits this criteria, and it's part of the reasons why technically it is still a short squeeze play. And like I was saying in also other videos, if you're going to be holding this position overnight, I feel like that is a very risky thing to do, and make sure that you are able to actually stomach that. I myself personally, I would never ever do that. I'd only play this as far as momentum and as far as intraday trades. So whatever you decide to do, I'm just emphasizing the fact that you have a game plan. This is very essential, and I want you to think before you actually push that buy button or that sell button, so you have a system in place to make sure you're making the most out of your trades. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.